5 young talents who could soon impress Arne Slot, including Liverpool ace who left Chelsea fuming. Liverpool has a number of young stars knocking on the door this summer, and one of them already has Chelsea fuming after making the switch to Anfield. As the club navigates its grief in the aftermath of Diogo Jota's tragic death, a new generation begins to rise under Arne Slot's watchful eye. A summer like no other at Liverpool FCP per seasons are usually a time for hope, a time for reset, a chance to glimpse the next evolution of a football club. For Liverpool, this pre-season was meant to mark the official beginning of a new chapter under Arne Slot, a chapter already emotionally laden with the weight of following Jurgen Klopp's historic reign. But things changed in the most harrowing way imaginable. The tragic death of Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva cast a deep and lingering shadow over Anfield and every soul connected to Liverpool Football Club. The Portuguese forward, beloved by teammates, staff, and fans alike, was taken far too soon. His number 20 shirt will be retired permanently, with the club consulting his family before making the decision. Pre-match tributes and collective mourning will mark the Reds' return to action against Preston North End this weekend. In the middle of this grief, football somehow must go on. Arne Slot's task is as complicated emotionally as it is tactically. While grief has no roadmap, the structure of training, the rhythm of the ball, and the camaraderie of teammates might slowly offer something resembling healing. And, as ever, in football, the next generation waits for its moment. Among the senior players processing loss, 5 young talents are being watched more closely than ever. Slot and his coaching staff are evaluating every pass, touch, and sprint during this crucial time, not only as part of a rebuilding project, but also as a small glimpse of hope. Hope that something beautiful can emerge from tragedy. Trainer, the rising star, with a midfield masterclass if one name has been repeatedly whispered around the AXA training centre over the last year. It's Trey Nuani, formerly of Leicester City. The elegant midfielder has quickly become a standout among Liverpool's burgeoning academy talents. Despite just turning 18, Nuani has shown the maturity and tactical awareness of someone much older. Last season, he made 6 senior appearances, including outings in the Premier League and Champions League. In his Europa League debut, Slot entrusted him in a hostile away atmosphere, and Nuani didn't flinch. Calm on the ball, with a knack for navigating tight spaces and progressing play with intelligent passes. He is a prototype of the modern Liverpool midfielder. But it's not just technical flair that stands out. He trains like a professional already, said a senior member of the coaching staff. He wants to learn, but he's not overawed. He belongs here. With Yorel Quansah now sold to Bayer Leverkusen and a reshuffle happening in the middle of the park, the pathway for Nuani is clear. He signed a new long-term contract last month, a signal that both club and player see the same future. Whether he starts against Preston or features off the bench, he is arguably the most likely to emerge as the breakout star of Arne Slot's debut summer. Rio Ngumoha, the Chelsea Steel who left Stamford Bridge furious. Some transfers are about more than football. Rio Ngumoha's switch from Chelsea to Liverpool last summer caused quite a stir in youth development circles. Chelsea, long praised for their academy production, were furious to lose the teenager to Liverpool, not least because they felt the project at Stamford Bridge was just starting to bear fruit for him. Ngumoha, however, made the bold choice. He saw a clearer pathway to the first team at Anfield, and, within a few months, he was proven right. Handed his senior debut by Arne Slot in the FA Cup against Accrington Stanley. The winger showcased his technical ability and fearlessness in wide areas. Quick feet, smart movement, and an eye for goal make him an exciting option in a Liverpool squad that has historically thrived with explosive wide players. Slot is said to be a fan of his aggressive 1v1 play and his willingness to track back a must in Liverpool's high-pressing system. With Cody Gakpo and Luis Diaz returning from international duty, Ngumoha could feature prominently in early friendlies. The coaching staff will monitor his positioning, creativity, and work rate closely. And if he performs, there may be more than one regretful executive back in West London. Amara Nallo, the redemption story in waiting. Amara Nallo's Liverpool journey has already included both dreams and nightmares. The young defender, captain of the U21s, found himself in a surreal situation when he was sent off just minutes after coming on in a Europa League tie against PSV. It was the fastest red card in club history, a record no one wants to hold. Yet inside the club, there was no panic. Those who work with Nallo daily describe a composed, physically gifted centre-back who is still learning his craft but possesses immense potential. "Everyone gets it wrong once," said Slot in a private team meeting after the incident. "It's how you respond that defines you." Nallo's response: relentless focus. Since that fateful night, he has doubled down on his physical training, improved his aerial game, and spent time working individually with new defensive coach, Sepp Kolshoff. With Quansagon and Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk likely to be eased back into action, Nallo may feature prominently this summer. He's not quite the finished product. Concentration remains a key focus, but the raw materials are there, and preseason could be his chance for redemption. Kieran Morrison, the creative engine on the rise. Kieran Morrison may be one of the most low-profile names on this list, but his numbers speak for themselves. Operating off the right, or as a central nu, Death, the creative midfielder, has been in fine form over the last year. In all competitions, he notched 6 goals and 5 assists, showing he can both score and provide. What coaches love about Morrison is his footballing intelligence. He finds pockets of space between the lines and is rarely caught on the ball. While not as physically dominant as other prospects, his decision-making and awareness elevate him above his age group. He impressed in the UEFA Youth League and was part of the senior travelling party on multiple occasions. Slot values versatility, and Morrison's ability to play across the forward line could make him a valuable squad asset in the early friendlies. With Mohamed Salah only just returning from his summer break, Morrison may get the nod on the right wing against Preston. His big challenge will be to translate youth dominance into first-team impact. But if he does, fans may soon learn his name. Trent Condority, the speed merchant with a finisher's touch few. Academy players have the raw pace of Trent Kone-Doherty, the winger, who was electric in the UEFA Youth League last season. Netted 3 times in 7 games at U19 level and terrorized fullbacks with his blistering acceleration. Born in Derry, Northern Ireland, Condority has represented the Republic of Ireland at youth levels and has long been touted as a future star. He has already trained with the first team on several occasions, and his speed has reportedly left a few senior defenders stunned, while still developing his end product. Slot and the staff believe he has the tools to become an elite wide player. This preseason might not bring him a start, but late cameos in matches or impactful training sessions could push him into the senior squad conversation. He'll need to continue working on decision-making in the final third, but there's no denying his explosive talent. Preseason fixtures, a platform for growth and healing. Liverpool's preseason schedule kicks off against Preston North End at Deepdale, the club's first match since Diogo Jota's tragic passing. There will be no escaping the emotion. From the minute the players walk out to "You'll Never Walk Alone" being sung in Jota's honour, it will be a moment of collective remembrance. But it will also be a moment to see how Liverpool and its next generation responds. The fixtures that follow will include tougher tests against European opposition and likely a trip abroad as the team builds match fitness and tactical clarity under Arne Slot. Every minute matters, especially for those young players on the fringes. Slot's philosophy and why youth will thrive. Arne Slot is known for trusting youth. At Feyenoord, he elevated several academy prospects into key roles, nurturing players like Lut Charl, Geertruida, and Quilinci Hartmann into full internationals. That philosophy hasn't changed. In interviews, Slot has consistently spoken about intensity, intelligence, and adaptability. He wants technically sharp players who can press, pass, and think. Youth players like Nyoni Ngumoha and Morrison fit that profile perfectly. Liverpool's squad is undergoing a soft rebuild. There is space, both literally and figuratively, for young players to step in. the emotional legacy of Jota, and what comes next. Diogo Jota's passing has left an irreplaceable void. In training, his absence is felt deeply. Players speak of his jokes, his hunger in randos, his finishing in small-sided games, but they also speak of honoring his legacy. It's not about replacing Jota, said one academy coach. It's about trying to bring the same heart he brought in everything you do. For these 5 young men, this summer is not just an audition for minutes. It's a chance to begin writing the next chapter in a club defined by its collective spirit. Conclusion. A summer of pain, promise, and possibility. Liverpool has never done things the easy way. From Istanbul to Anfield nights under the lights, the club has built its legend on resilience. This summer, in the midst of mourning, 5 young talents may offer a glimpse of tomorrow. Tre Nyoni, Hyunugumor, Amaranalu, Kira Moresong, and Trent Congdoherty. Their journeys are only just beginning. Onslaught is watching, so are the fans, and so is a club looking for hope in a season that has already been shaped by grief. The future may yet shine because at Liverpool, the flame never goes out.